Hello everybody, my name is Dulce Mejia and today I'm going to present you the topic relative pronouns. So we are going to start with the definition about relative pronouns. Relative pronouns take the place of nouns or pronouns, and also they're called relative pronouns because they always relate back to something or someone else. Relative pronouns are used to join two sentences about the same person or thing. But which are the relative pronouns? They are who, whose, when, which, that, where, and why. Now, with the help of some flashcards, I'm going to present you the definition and one example about each relative pronoun. And I'm going to start with the relative pronoun who. So if you see in this flashcard, I have a picture of a girl, right? So why? Because this relative pronoun who is used to replace the subject pronouns. For example, I, she, he, we, and they. Now I'm going to present you an example about this relative pronoun, about the use of this relative pronoun. So if you see, we have the example, Marta is the girl who sometimes reads me a book or a history. So if you see, we have the relative pronoun who to make reference to Marta, that is that girl, right? So in other words, we use this relative pronoun who to make reference to people. And the next relative pronoun we have is which. So if you see in this part, we have a picture of books, right? But why? Because the relative pronoun which refers to things or animals. And we have an example of the use of it. The books which I bought were expensive. So if you see, I have the relative pronoun which here to make reference to the books. So continue with the relative pronouns, we have whose. But when we use whose, we use this relative pronoun whose to make reference to possession. For example, this is Mary, whose mother has a nice car. So if you see, we are using the relative pronoun whose. Why? To make reference to the mother of Mary. The next relative pronoun we have is where. So where refers to places. For example, the beach where I spent my vacations. So if you see, we are using where, right? Why? To make reference to the beach. And the beach is a place. Then we have the relative pronoun that, and it refers to people, things, and animals. For example, I am singing a song that my teacher taught me at school. So if you see, we are using the relative pronoun that to make reference to that song, that is a thing, right? Continue with the relative pronouns, we have when. So when refers to time. For example, she was my teacher when I was in school. So if you see, we are using the relative pronoun when to make reference to the time when I was a child. And the last relative pronoun that we have today is why. And why refers to reasons. For example, I don't know why she's throwing water on her hair. So if you see, we are using why, because we need a reason or an explanation in this case. As conclusion for this topic, we have that a relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or phrase about the same person or thing that we are talking about in a sentence. So that's all for me in this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much.